Hey everybody, back to the 2-point perspective street corner scene. Now, I know you have a lot more stuff than this, but I simplified it down. Please excuse my voice. My voice is still kind of recuperating. We're gonna do stairs. Now, there's two ways to do stairs. One of them tends to be a little bit easier than the other. I'm gonna show you both. So, remember, even stairs, they meet the same requirements as everything else. If it's going the same direction as this side, the top and bottom have to go to the same vanishing point as the side does. If it's going this side, top and bottom got to go to that vanishing point. Okay, so here we go. First of all, we're going to draw a set of steps right here that comes out from the building, that touches the building. So the first thing we'll do is draw a line where the stairs touch the building. Okay, that's where they go against the building. Now we're going to draw them out from the vanishing point. Now we're drawing them across what would be the sidewalk, and we're going to draw the end of the stairs. So we're going to draw a rectangle that goes back to the vanishing point whenever it can. Okay, or these are going to be a big set of stairs here. All right, so I'm going to erase this just so you can see what I have here. So this is a lot like if we were doing the signs and we put a sign up here that comes out from the building. So this right now, it looks like a sheet of plywood standing across the sidewalk, right? Maybe a gate or something like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this side right here, and this is going to be the height of our steps. Let's make 4 steps. So we're going to divide that in 2 just by looking at it. There's half, and then there's half of that half, and half of this half. All right, you can measure it if you want, whatever. This is going to be the height of our steps. So we're going to take these lines all the way back, and that's going to be the side of our staircase. If we were making this out of bricks, we would do the same thing, and these would be rows of bricks, okay? So I'm going to go back just across the staircase. I don't need to go all across the whole building. So I'm going to go there, and I'm going to go from this one back here like that. And it's going to look like I just put stripes on that gate or sign or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so those all go back to the vanishing point. So now that's the side of our steps. So our steps are going to go up and then back about however deep you want one step, then up and then back, then up, then back, then up. Okay, so I'm going to put the up part. This is the first step right here. It's already there. I'm going to go back a little bit, put an up line. I'm going to go back about the same amount, or what looks to be the same amount, up. I'm going to go back and make the last up to the very top line. Okay. It looks like bricks, doesn't it? All right. So now I need this part right here. So I'm going to erase these lines just so it's not very confusing. Okay. And I'm going to erase these lines. But I just drew those in. I know. Just watch. Okay. Now. Now that's the side of our steps. We don't step on this side. This is the side that is just flat. Now we're going to project all of these points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All of those points back here to this vanishing point. All right, so I'm going to start at the top so you can see them as I do them. So here's the top corner, and I'm just going to go a long ways. I'm going to go right out past the end of the building even, just to show you. Okay, and here's Also, something you're going to notice is that the farther it is away from the vanishing point or eye level, the more of the top of the step you're going to be able to see. So this bottom step, and if you think that makes sense, if this bottom step, I mean, because ultimately the steps could go above your eye level, then you wouldn't be able to see any of the top of any of the steps. And then down here to the bottom corner, okay? So those all go back to that vanishing point. So now we're gonna start at the top and we're gonna say, okay, I want it almost all the way across the front of this building, or however wide you wanna make it. So I'm gonna go to that vanishing point, I'm gonna come out from one line to the other, and now I'm gonna go down. This is where this step ends, the face of that step goes down. And now I'm gonna go back across and out from the other vanishing point. From that line to that line. Then down. Then across from the vanishing point. You gotta keep using that vanishing point, because that angle is gonna change slightly on each step. Down. Now if you notice, this back edge is doing exactly the same thing that this front edge is doing. And it's not, it might seem like a magic trick or something, but it's not. It's just following the rules. And there we go. And there is the end. Now I'm going to erase these extra lines. Okay. And then we wouldn't be able to see through the steps unless they were glass steps, I suppose. You want to make glass steps, I suppose you can. So there's your set of steps on the front of the building. You could put a straight line up and make a rail and, you know, connect it with your straight edge, something like that, and then it could go back here maybe. Okay. Maybe there's a rail. Maybe there's a rail on both sides. All right, now students tend to think that's the hardest set of steps to do. Here's the easiest one. So now this isn't going to make sense that we would have a staircase on both sides, but anyway, I'm just showing you how to do it. So the other way is to make a doorway that goes into the building. And this probably would be realistic for a building that's on a sidewalk, because if your steps went all the way across the sidewalk, they'd probably make you tear them out. So, I mean, we don't, you know, so a lot of the students like to do this type of stairwell, and that's a stairwell that's set into the building. So there's our doorway. Now we're gonna push that in by taking this corner back to this vanishing point a little ways. All right, so we're gonna go back just a little ways. Now let's do 3 steps on this one. And now we're gonna go up, and that goes to our first step, and our first step goes up. And we're gonna make these a little oversized so you can see them, but you should make them in to scale with your buildings. So we go up, and now we're gonna go back to the right vanishing point. Just the depth of the step, and now we're going to go up again, and now we're going to go back to the vanishing point again, and now you know what, I'm just going to do that many because I want you to see just kind of, you can do as many as you want, but I don't want to take up the whole doorway and not have you. So I'm going to make that go all the way back like that. We're going to only end up with 2 steps, and you should do at least 3 steps on your drawing, but you can make them a little smaller so they don't take up the whole doorway. So now here are the corners again, just like what we had last time, only this time we're going to line them up with that vanishing point and draw them back across the doorway. So we go each of these vanishing points. I'll start at the top, and I'm going to go from the corner of the step to the edge of the doorway, because they go behind the doorway. And there's our last corner. And there you go. You see how that looks like somebody who's right into the doorway. So, again, sorry about my voice. I got a bit of a frog in my throat. So you only got to have one set of steps if that's all you want to do. Try to do at least 3 steps in that one set. But some of you will, this will click and you'll say, wow, this is really easy. I like doing steps. And maybe you'll do 25 sets of steps. I don't know. Anyway, just keep in mind that as this, like if I kept going with this, as soon as it got past the horizon line, I'm not going to be able to see the tops anymore. So that throws some people off. But you just keep going, and you'll only be drawing the one line, and you won't see the back of the step. But you'll still see it on the side. So good luck and experiment. Don't be afraid to mess up once in a while and learn from your mistakes. And it just makes everybody better when you learn from your mistakes, right? So have fun. Can't wait to see them. Let's see how many steps you put on your drawing.